In this video we're going to look at the ES1 and its sidechain input. Now most of the time that you're working with the ES1 you're going to be working with two separate sound sources at the oscillator stage, a main wave and a sub wave. So what we've effectively got are two separate sound sources detuned by an octave. So here we've got just the main wave playing by itself with this shape. And if I wanted to blend that with the second oscillator, what I'd do would be to select the waveform that I want down here, and then use this sort of crossfade slider between the two to select the balance between the two waveforms. But if I want to, rather than using a regular waveform, what I can do instead is just flick this round the subwave to external, which basically means that it's now looking at an external input which can be introduced via the sidechain. So what that means instead is that up here I've got a chance to set the sidechain source. Now you can see I've set up this beat loop on audio track number 1 here. So what I'm going to do is to feed that in as the sidechain source. So select audio 1 with that drum loop name, and there we go, it's now coming in to the ES1. And you can see that I've switched the output off here so that we're not actually hearing the audio track directly within the arrangement. You can see the level, but it's not actually making a sound at this stage because the sound is soloed. So if I come back to the ES1, what I've then got a chance to do is just set the balance between the regular wave and now this drum loop coming in as the sub waveform. Now the benefit of bringing the drum loop in like this is that obviously it can benefit from all of the synthesis parameters that the ES1 can provide. So I can filter the sound, or set up envelope style control if I want to do something along those lines. Now the other great thing about feeding a sidechain source into the ES1 is that as well as being used as a sort of oscillator sound, it can also be used as a trigger in the low frequency oscillator section. You can see I've set that to external as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the destination of my low frequency oscillator at pitch. I'm going to turn that up to full. And so now we've got a sidechain trigger coming in as a low frequency oscillator source as well. Okay, and you can hear that really clearly. So we've got this nice little sort of buzz of pitch information as the waveform is analysed, and that low frequency oscillator information is applied to the sound, both with the wave and with that separate sidechain input source.